Welcome back to the We Is Smart podcast. I am B Dub, Tommy K,
Dr. Lib,
and Dr. Lib is, as always, We Smart. Boo. Who's saying boo to?
Well, it's still Halloween or Halloween approacheth.
Okay, well,
I'm talking Shakespeare now.
You need to make 8.5 by 10 signs because I can't see very well.
I know. You need to get them closer to your camera.
You need to get one that covers you up completely. Well.
I don't know. I don't know who you're saying stud muffin because the way it looks at the camera, it looks like you're saying stud muffin to the bottom of the screen. On my end, at least.
No comment on that one.
Yeah. I mean,
I'd rather have a waffle.
Anyway, let's get into the topic for today. The topic for today is, since we were talking about MTV and where it's going, and we started getting to this music conversation, we're going to go ahead and talking about albums.
I'm sorry, but I feel so giddy.
I know. Giddy or Getty?
Oh, good one.
Yeah.
I'm Getty.
He's Getty Lee.
As Tommy K brought the background, the backdrop, as he calls it,
and my Johnson guitar.
No, you're Johnson.
That's a small Johnson right there. But anyways,
this is a family show.
It's only a 3-string. No. I did use that in some stand-up at one time. Talking about playing the guitar, and love to have my hands on my Johnson guitar, and then show that it does say Johnson on it.
Yes.
I don't know. Anyway, moving on quickly.
So getting into albums, my first thing is, what was the first album you ever bought? The Who.
Yep. Kids Are All Right.
All right. Very good album.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mine, it was probably Black Sabbath, Master of Reality.
Ooh,
nice.
Good one.
Well, mine is more in the 80s because I was in the cassette era. Because if I actually talked about the first vinyl I ever got, it was probably a Sesame Street or Alvin and the Chipmunks or Disney album, because I was like 5.
I had a Sesame Street one.
I mean, I remember I had Urban Chipmunk at one time, which was off of Urban Cowboy. But no, my first cassette I ever had was Thriller by Michael Jackson.
Nice.
That was my first cassette that I ever. Actually, I bought 2 cassettes that day. Thrill was for, I think Weird Al Yankovic was the other one. I can't think which one it was. I know it had Eat It on it, but I can't remember I know what the cover looks like, but I can't think of the.
I have to say, Weird Al Yankovic, I don't know his personality or his history, but musically, what a talent.
Oh, yeah.
To be able to do parodies of so many songs.
Yeah.
Incredible. So,
and actually, I didn't have Eat It on. I'm sorry. I mean, I'll go back.
Question, B-Dub. I'm ready. I got more.
All right.
Just kidding.
Well, what was the last album you bought?
Oh, boy.
You mean like an actual album, or you?
I mean, it doesn't have to be an actual album. It could be a digital album. Since we are in 2025.
Nah, you know what? I'm gonna disagree, because albums are so much more precious. The disc and even the album covers.
Well, I mean,
really,
if you're a collector, maybe, but
yeah.
I think it's the music on them that matters. So I kind of I'm in Brian's camp.
All right, I'm gonna mute then. Yeah, we know that's a lie.
You're in the silent of George.
Wow, the sounds of silence. How appropriate and fitting for our topic today.
Yes.
I'm going to say the last actual collection of songs on some type of media that I bought was Smell the Color 9 by it's a Christian album. Chris Rice.
Okay.
Based on years of, I couldn't tell you, but Rattle and Hum. I know there's a glare. My apologies, but U2's
Nice,
Rattle and Hum was probably one of the latter ones that I bought.
Okay.
We had, when I lived in Columbus, my cousin lived 3 doors down. I'm kidding. There was a record store in Columbus where we would spend a day just going through, and you could go in, pull the album cover out, pull the album out to check for scratches, etc.
Yeah.
You'd come away with like a big stack of 5 inches and only spend $30.
Yeah.
Some they would sell for 50 cents and whatever, and still good quality sounding albums.
Yeah.
And so that was a huge memory for me back in the late 80s.
Can you remember the record store's name? Because I believe it's on campus.
Thunder Blank.
Okay.
I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Because Magnolia Thunder Blank.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, great store.
Great store. I will leave it at that. The last one I physically bought, if we want to go that far, since Tommy K and I used to be DJs, I can't even remember really. I mean, because I bought so many.
Who sang that?
Yeah, I know, because I bought so many for gigs we did.
Yeah,
$5 it had to be a Greatest Hits album. I'll give you that much.
Probably.
I mean, because I got in this big, huge when I started DJing, the biggest thing I looked at were Greatest Hits albums by artists, because that was the one way that, first of all, it was more financially responsible because I wouldn't have to spend money on buying 4 or 5 albums to get one song. I could get them all, one song off of each. I could get all of them on 1 or 2. So as I said, it was the greatest hits album of some sort.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. No, you're fine.
You mentioned time frame or whatever. I remember working at a station where it was all digital tape, and the tapes were a couple inches long or whatever. Very tiny. 80 hours of music you could put on one tape, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Is that like a DAC, or is that similar to that?
DAC, I don't know.
Well, we use them.
Okay, I'm sorry. DK.
IDK.
IDK.
And
I
nowadays,
don't know.
Nowadays you can put it like what 100,000, 500,000 songs on.
Crazy.
On your phone.
You can be on Amazon Music and have millions and millions of songs.
Millions and millions. Yeah.
Tiny phone.
Yeah.
Okay, if I may interject. Okay, I have the Rush Tapestry.
Mm-hmm.
One of the first, it was probably the second or third album I bought was Rush, Exit Stage Left. Great live album. YYZ on there. Oh, it's all. See, I'm getting goosebumps.
My first Rush album was Rush.
Oh, the
first one, and then the second one
John
was
Rutsey on it.
Huh?
With John Rutsey on it. Their first
Yeah. On the first album, "Working Man" was probably one of the best songs on that. Well,
I'll guess what my first Rush album was.
What your first Rush album was? Signals.
Think about what I was just talking about.
Greatest Hits.
Big Chronicles, actually. Because then they have a Greatest Hits.
Greatest Hits. Oh, All the World's a Stage? It's alive. I don't know. The Chronicles or something like that?
Yeah, that's why I just.
Wow.
2112. I bought that one. I love that one. Told a story.
But that's not which kind of gets me into my next question. Favorite album of all time? This one may take a while.
It will, because
I mean, it depends on the mood.
Yep.
Because if I'm in a little bit darker mood, maybe I want to go with a harder harder
Mhm.
rock album, which would be
Yeah.
maybe Sabbath's Bloody Sabbath
Yeah.
by Black Sabbath. If I'm in a happier, just really want to hear something really, really uplifting a little bit and just really musically good, it's Goodbye Yellow Brick Road by Elton John, which I own. And are
Is
you
that
trying
all?
to take the attention away from me, Tom?
I'm waiting for you to be finished. Never mind. Disregard the man behind the album cover. Can you guess what album this is? Because you mentioned heavy. This is one of the first heavy albums I ever bought.
You don't look that heavy.
Well, I don't have the album cover.
I can't even
sleeve
really
or
see it
whatever,
that well.
but-
So
Is it in your hand? Because it has a cow on it.
Oh, not that one. That's something else. Appetite for Destruction.
See, that's what I thought. I was like, it looks like
Guns
Appetite
N'
for Destruction because I could tell the robot monster.
Yeah. This one, Dark Side of the Moo.
Dark
Yep.
Side.
That's what I thought it was.
It's Pink Floyd, like a what do they call
A parody,
no spin-off
tribute.
bootleg. That's the word I'm
Bootleg?
trying to think.
Okay.
Bootleg. Dark Side of the Moo.
Bootleg. So that means it has actual Pink Floyd on there, but it was recorded illegally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, Tommy, one of my favorites. If you can tell, The Who's one of my favorite bands.
Well, I could tell Tommy because
Which is your you're the same way with me. Then it depends on what your mood is, I guess.
This album has some. For me, it has some personal history. Joshua Tree, U2, 87 or whatever I believe. Saw them twice on tour when this album came out back in 87. Saw them in Cleveland and then in Pontiac. And then 2017, saw them in Cleveland for the 30th anniversary of the album. So I saw 3 times that I saw U2 were all Joshua Tree related. So for me, that's kind of historical, if you will.
Nice.
Oh yeah, Gary, you mentioned it. 2112. That's one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
In the Mood. I don't know what mood, but The Who's Quadrophenia.
Mm-hmm.
That one,
What about you, Brian? I don't think you've shared your favorite yet.
Well, I
I'm
was waiting for Tommy K to finish. I mean, I can tell who's excited about this episode because I mean,
I love my rock. I love my music.
Oh, who doesn't?
Now I sound like Ross from Friends.
I mean,
I got my music, man. Go ahead, Brian.
No, I mean, just as both of you said, it depends on the mood, but I will have to say my favorite album of all time, and it has to be Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd.
Yeah. Great one.
I always love that. And the funny thing is, The Wall, yes. I love The Wall. I mean, anything by Pink Floyd, because that's my favorite band, which we'll get into that in another episode when it comes to artists. But that is probably one of my favorite albums of all time. Another one, which is kind of obscure because they were really hot when they came out, and then people just kind of started hating on them, was Cracked Rear View by Hootie and the Blowfish.
Oh, I like Hootie and the Blowfish.
I mean, I love that. I played that album. So that's another album, and actually another album that I really enjoyed. And it's one of those mood ones. Is Janet Jackson's Rhythm Nation. And it's one of those ones you really have to listen to, and part of the reason is I actually saw her in concert during that album, so there's a connection there. Which again, that's another topic we'll get into down the road. But
Gary, you mentioned themes. You got to be in a mood for a certain album, if you will, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
All right, gentlemen, what album is this?
Back in Black.
Yes. What a great album,
It's funny if you wouldn't have showed the name. I mean,
yeah, I noticed that after I held it up. It's like maybe I should.
I mean, we could have thought that was the Black Album by Metallica. I mean,
okay, gentlemen, history. How I got this, I will not reveal, but First song ever on MTV was
Radio killed the or
Video
video killed the radio.
Killed.
Sorry,
Yep.
got it wrong. Video killed the radio star.
by the Buggles. I
Yeah,
have the album with that song on it. And great condition still.
nice.
So, a little history on
Did you
that.
get that at that record store?
No, actually, that was from. Well, moving on. Let's just say the Five Fingers is part
The
of it.
5-figure discount.
Yeah. This album, remember Billy Thorpe,
Mm-hmm.
Children of the Sun? This album, okay, history behind this. I had to record it on the cassette because I used Children of the Sun
Yeah.
to check out the speaker system that I made for my Chevette. Because, it has the fading and, right to left with the Thunderbolt, blah, 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 just to make sure that it is picking up on everything and sounding good. But I love this album. I mean, yeah, he's almost a one-hit wonder,
Yeah.
as far as I know. Boy, I would have loved to have a shirt like that, wouldn't you?
What are you
I
talking
am
about?
Dracula.
Okay. All right. So
You
talked about
guys are gonna be
favorite.
like, shut up, Tom.
Let's talk about. So you talked about favorite album of all time. So do you have a current favorite album? Stunned
One
silence.
band that I really love to listen to a lot, and I hooked up on them in college days, or REM. This is the first album I got from them, Murmur, their first, full-length album. And it was one of those, I don't know if you would call it punk days or whatever, but I started buying their albums up until, well, I saw them on, was it the Orange tour? Was that their album, Orange or Green? The Green tour.
Yeah.
Sorry, I get my colors mixed up. But I saw them in Columbus at the Vet. And what a show. I mean, they were playing up to the crowd, how you doing, Columbus? Blah, blah, blah. Good friend of mine saw him like a few months later, I believe in Cleveland. And he said it was a boring show. They would play a song and, fans would clap and thank you. Here's the next song. They didn't play up to the crowd whatsoever, he said. It just was like, what the heck? These guys aren't putting on a show or whatever. But the old stuff, I always say.
Did you have a turntable at home?
I do, yes.
So
Took me a while to find one, but.
So I'm. What? Oh, okay. So I'm been listening. I like Jars of Clay. That's another Christian rock band.
Yeah.
And probably I listen to when I'm working out more than anything else is Jars of Clay Greatest Hits. And,
Yeah.
It's pretty.
Have they done anything recently? I'm sorry.
No, because I think they may have broke up.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought too.
I love Jars of Clay though. Their lyrics are very thought provoking if you listen to them, and they're very. I mean, their music is incredible. So it's it's just one of my favorite. Now, if you want to go to like just mainstream, probably I guess this may be one of my favorite albums of all time is Elton John's Yellow Brick Road, because I listen to it a lot even now, and just all the songs on there. I mean, he goes from just happy poppy kind of songs to really deep social justice type of songs as well, and it's a pretty amazing album. So I still listen to it a lot on Amazon Prime.
And what a catalog Elton John has.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Just incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, maybe I'll come over and we'll play records, Gary.
Yeah. You have to bring your turntable.
Okay.
Current favorite album. Well, recently, I mean, I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks, and of course, a lot of them are music related. So I actually just got done with a Beatles one not too long ago, talking about the White Album. And it's just fascinating hearing the stories and stuff about these artists, and I know I'm going off on a tangent here. Just hearing the stories about how these albums get created, the arguments, like we talked about, like I talked about in a couple episodes ago about Fleetwood Mac. I don't know if I actually talked about it on the episode. I know I talked about with you guys how they, for as much great music as this Fleetwood Mac came out with, how much turmoil was going on behind the scenes between the band members. It was just I did not even know that much trouble was going on between these band members.
Mm-hmm.
The problems between Lindsey and Stevie Nicks, and
yeah, a lot of that was actually in the rag mags, like back in the days, like when it was actually going on.
Yeah, so. It's like, and I didn't know about that till I was listening to Stevie Nicks' book. I mean, and it got me intrigued to listen to, try to find books from the other members to listen to their side of the stories and stuff. And I haven't had a chance to listen to it, but so anyway, going back to my current favorite album, truthfully, music-wise, I don't have one I'm listening to right now because I'm listening to audio. I'm kind of intrigued into audiobooks right now, so I really don't have a current favorite album. All mine's pretty much reminiscing on older ones, so there's not one I'm listening to frequently. So
you mentioned listening to audiobooks digitally, I'm assuming, or whatever.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the pioneer wanting to create audiobooks on record? They probably were like, no, we're not doing this because you know how records skip.
Yeah.
And what is the conclusion? And
well,
that was a dumb joke.
The biggest thing, like, and I was talking to somebody about this, the biggest thing I do not like when it comes to audiobooks is when they're narrated by a virtual voice, because a virtual voice cannot get some of the emotion out. And plus, when it comes to words, because they can't pronounce live and live correctly. I mean, you may understand what it means, or record and record.
It's or bow and bow. That's one.
Yeah, it's like it's like completely different. Yeah, it's like completely different things, and it's like after you hear it, you have to like think about it for a sec. Okay, were they talking about record or record? And then as the lines go on, you go, oh, okay, they were talking about that one, and it just to the point where it's like any ones that I have in my collection that are virtual voice, I just deleted out because I'm like, I don't want to listen to virtual voice anymore. I want to hear an actual person narrating it, even if it's not the actual person that's, but just somebody doing it that I know that can put some emotion behind it.
That does make it better, but Microsoft Edge, if you have PDF books, you can pick the voice that you want. And I always pick there's like 4 or 5 different British voices. And they actually do a good job. Now, obviously, they can't get emotion because they don't know what it is, but it's actually pretty entertaining to listen to that way.
Well, and sometimes they can. I'm not saying that all these, but it seems like on Audible, the virtual voices, they seem to not generate it correctly when it comes to like some of these words. But I mean, I'm not saying that every AI generated voice is. Why are you showing me a fly?
I can't read that.
It's a cricket. On my end, you're talking about computers, so I got crickets over here. Okay, that joke's bad.
That's like cobwebs that's like cobwebs in your head, but anyway.
I'm sorry.
Cobwebs in your mind.
Yes. But no, it's just, I mean, so my current favorite album right now.
Oh, we're getting to that now finally.
I got the drum roll going.
Is whatever audiobook. Actually, I'm about to start. I just finished an audiobook on Andre the Giant.
Oh wow!
Ooh, I bet that'll be good.
Oh, it was very good. And if you ever known about, and I know I'm going off the music topic again. If you ever have followed Andre the Giant when he was alive, and his passing, to have a man that is that big, that tall, and just when he walks into a room, I mean, of course, he is already giving out a presence because of the size he is. But the fact that there's so much that he could not do, or because it wasn't built for him.
Mm-hmm.
When it came to flying, or when it came just sleeping. I mean, there were not beds built for him when he would go stay at hotels. I mean, he had to get like
That
2
had to be
beds and put
rough.
them together just to, yeah, it was very rough for him. So it was like, I mean, it was a great book, and I mean, I've seen the documentary, so yeah, it was an awesome book to listen to. So I always like doing that. But anyway,
You talk about documentaries. I saw this, I think, in the commercials on one of the networks or whatever. But it's in theaters now, I believe. The movie on the boss, Bruce
yeah,
Springsteen.
yeah,
I want to see that. I bet that's going to be good.
yeah. I actually I saw a preview for it this morning, actually on social media. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know it was
Yeah,
out.
I want to see that. I think it'd be really
And
interesting.
speaking of documentaries, they're bringing the anthology, Beatles anthology thing back. It's coming to Disney Plus like next month.
Oh, sweet.
And I think they're adding like another in the album because they're doing the vinyl, they're doing the LPs, CDs, videos, everything. And there's supposed to be like another chapter or another extension of what the original one was. Almost like there's instead of 3 anthologies, there's like 4 anthologies. If I read it correctly, if I looked at it correctly, there's supposed to be more added onto it. So that'd be interesting to check out here
You
in
talk
next
about
month.
albums. I have another album with some story behind it.
Okay.
Well, he hasn't said
Iron
his favorite one
Butterfly.
yet.
Yeah, he did.
Bryant, did you?
Yeah. He said, I haven't been listening to records, but it more so books.
Well, I
Audio.
never finally got to the
Audio.
record part.
No, mine was just my favorite album was pretty much whatever audiobook I was listening to. I actually haven't started a new one yet. I'm gonna start a new one here on Monday.
I must not
I
have
just
been
haven't picked it. Well, it's either gonna be Billy Joel or because I have a Billy Joel one, I have a Pete Rose one. I have like about 17.
Pete Rose. Oh,
Yeah, Charlie Hutt. It's a Charlie
I was
Hustle.
thinking of Pete Rose album when he did that.
No,
him
no.
and Bill Shatner did one together.
No, it's the life of Charlie Hustle.
Oh, okay.
So, but I haven't decided because I have a couple of music. I have most of mine are music ones. I have a couple of different ones. But anyways, you're talking about Iron Butterfly.
Iron Butterfly, In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida, their second album. Iron. It says on the back, iron, symbolic of something heavy, as in sound. Butterfly, light, appealing, and versatile. An object that can be used freely in the imagination.
All
That
right.
last word, could you imagine from the album? In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida. Worked at a station where they had the mix down to where it was like maybe 3-4 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that doesn't do the song justice. That's like taking the birds out of the end of Layla. You can't do that kind of thing. Well, In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida, 17 minutes, 2 seconds long. Another station I worked at on Memorial Day. I don't know if I shared this story in previous episodes or not, but Adrian Cronauer was on the morning show with Jeff and Mark, and Adrian Cronauer, the DJ in Vietnam.
Yeah.
They talked, et cetera, and while they were on air, they would take people's donation to hear a song, because it was all going towards some military fund or charity kind of thing. So at one point, and it was like 8 o'clock in the morning, this guy called up, yeah, I'll pay $30 to hear In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida in its entirety. And Mark, the main DJ or running the board, said, no, that one, we're going to build that one up because of the fact of how long it is. They raised over $700 in that, they were off at 10 o'clock, but $700 to play In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida in its entire length, which I thought was so cool, because you never hear that anywhere.
No.
Just like Rush 2112, the first side. You don't hear that played in its entirety on the radio. But that's all I'll say.
Unless it's Sirius XM.
Do you guys write that down? Tommy said, that's all I'll say for now. Dave?
No, I have it. I recorded it.
Oh, yeah.
It's on Memorex. So, all right.
How many albums did you record on cassette? Memorex was a good, or TDK.
Or how many videos did you record on cassette when it came on MTV
True.
On
So
VHS.
or on radio when when you're sitting there waiting for the DJ? Okay, can you stop talking so I can hit the record button?
true.
Yeah, exactly. And
Or when
yeah.
when the DJ would come on, like 3 seconds before the song ended, like,
Don't
damn it!
talk over my music.
I was trying to do that.
Sitting there with your finger on the record button. Waiting,
Yeah.
just waiting.
And then the next song, then the next song, next 3 songs, they don't talk at all, and we're like, what the heck? I gotta wait till you play the song again.
What up with that?
Did
I
I
don't know
ever tell you about? Okay, it was a oldie station I worked at that they on the carts, like an 8-track, they would have the label, showing how long for music interlude, how long
Yeah.
the song, and how it ends. Cold fade, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play this song real quick. I'll do a quick in and out, just to keep things going. So the other songs fading, and I start to talk, AM 1230, blah blah blah. Here's Elvis on "You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog," Seaway Radio. And then it kept. I was like, I should have looked at the label, because it starts right then. There's no
Yes.
musical interlude in that song.
No.
Anyway, I
No.
love telling
I
stories.
still,
in
speaking
case
of,
you didn't know.
when you're talking about cassettes, I think I still have all those cassettes that are recorded off of radio and TV. I think I still have. I think they're over in the other room.
What I want to invest in is a reel-to-reel machine, because I have a lot of reels, that commercials and songs, whatever.
Yeah.
My brother bought me one years ago, and one day I'm playing it, and all of a sudden, yeah, I think that one's done.
Yeah.
But
You used it up.
yeah.
All right. Homework time.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Get ready to write. I'll give you homework, and I mean, you can answer now if you want, but I want you to think about it. What are your top 5 favorite albums? I know that. I know with Tom, it might take a while. That's why I wanted to give it as homework.
Well, let's say I got it pared down to 99. I mean, tomorrow I'll work on it a little more.
Tom's already showed us like 500. So.
Oh no, wait! I gotta add this one.
These are my honorable mentions.
Yeah, he'll have like 50 honorable mentions.
How many milk crates is that?
10 that are tied for 5. 60 that are tied for 4.
Man,
5's probably a good number because you can kind of get in, the many different moods. But I'm sure that if we all sit down and think about it, there's a lot of albums we play over and over again.
It's tough. That's why I wanted to leave it as homework, because
what I really love was the art.
Yep.
This one's colorful, blah blah blah, but so many different things. That it just was part of the ambiance of an album kind of thing. And then CDs came along. Well, yeah, obviously it shrunk. Still, it just didn't have the same pizzazz for me as album covers were. I will say this. One time, it's a joke I came up with, talking about how I have to practice, my comedy routine. And I need to do it in front of a crowd, if you will, to get, the feedback, et cetera, et cetera. So I would place Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band in front of me. There's a crowd, and I would do my practicing in front of that. And if it was going to be at a smaller venue, I would do it to the CD. Smaller crowd. But that's true. True story as far as I mean.
What about if it's a pub? Do you do it to a cassette?
Yeah. No.
Okay. If it's at a senior citizens place. You use a 8-track tape.
Hey, this place has no wheelchair accessibility for us.
No, that's for the outdoor community theater.
Oh boy.
But yes, that is the homework for
Top
next
favorite.
time.
Top 5, you said, correct?
Yes, let's try to keep it at top 5.
Okay.
So
Do we
Yes,
got? Are we
okay.
gonna have a subject? Or are you gonna for next week? Or
yeah, we're gonna continue this music on because we're going to go from albums to artists. Since we talked about, I said what I said. This is one music, especially. That's up to you. I mean, that's between you and your wife.
All right, I'll take it down now.
But this is one topic. I mean, we could go on for weeks here with this. I mean,
Oh,
so we
yeah.
go from album to artist to concerts. I mean, we could go on forever. Because I can't wait till we actually start talking about concerts. Because yes, that's because I already did. If you go to my YouTube channel, I know I'm plugging it. I actually talk about my experience with concerts, first concert, and how many different concerts I went to, and who I saw the most, and who I saw least, and surprises and stuff like that. So
Cool.
So yeah, that'll be a few episodes down the road. Yeah, I can't wait for that. I'm looking forward to as well. But
Hey,
until
have you noticed the trend? We're not allowed to pick the topics. It's all B-Dub picking the topics.
what's his program? So I guess it's only fair.
No,
But,
it's ours because it says
He's the one who does all the
me.
work. So.
but do you not like the topics I'm picking?
Oh, I'm joking, B-Dub.
I mean,
Gosh.
I'm
okay.
not saying you can't pick the topics.
There's another one. Don't use that joke again. I'm kidding.
No, I'm just. I mean,
Brian, I love the topics you pick. I'm just joking. It's fun to. I mean, I know Gary and I, when it was Therapy for the Mind, we would sometimes like force you to talk, if you will, and where you would stumble on words, and that was the little humor.
You act like I've stopped.
Oh, true. Okay,
See, now I got you.
I'm flabbergasted.
Because I answered.
You have gas?
You have flab.
You're flabbering gas?
My drum's a tom-tom. Wah, wah,
It's Tomming Tom.
Wait, I could do. Okay, B-Dub, this is. Remember these drumsticks?
Oh, yes.
Long live rock, our trip to Rock and Roll Hall of
Rock
Fame.
and roll. See?
Strongly encourage that for everybody to.
Yeah, that's
to go
another
and just,
thing.
Pretty cool.
Because we got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony come up here next month. So very, very intriguing. Again, another topic.
You ever get in it?
Yeah. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know what as. Yeah, we can get in here, pay for our tickets there. We're in. I mean, anyway, all right, let's get out of here until next time. So we have our homework excitement. What homework excitement? Homework assignment. What is your top 5 favorite albums? We'll talk about that next time and go into our favorite artists, music artists. We don't want to be talking about
Picasso.
My
favorite's Picasso Zeppelin.
Well, I'm an Andy Warhol man myself, but I mean, hey, go with what you want. But anyways, till next time.
We got to know what Gary's is.
Gary has no answer.
I like that guy that did the art on Monty Python's Flying Circus.
There you go.
Whose name I can't think of right now. So
yeah, I was gonna say Gary was a mime artist fan. That's why he didn't say anything. But anyways, till next time.
You with one arm.
Till next time, this is B-Dub.
Tommy K.
Dr. Lib.
And you've been watching the We Is Smart podcast.